It will be a war for water.
You know, I was having a discussion some time ago with certain people, and I said, look, coming for your water. So you better thank God that you have rain that they can't stop.
How are you doing, my dearest family? Welcome again to Direct to bring you to the truth with Brother Joshua. Right in today's video, guys, I'm here with Prophet Uebert and the man of God, Reverend Dr. Chris. But here in today's video, I want to start off by showing you this. Those of you that are joking, each time I will bring the rapture video, you want to criticize, you are saying this and that. Watch this.
Whip out your phone right now. Just Google 2025 number and go to images. Make sure you're on images.
Movie posters and shit.
What is? It's kind of like apocalyptic kind of thing, right?
The world enslaved by a virus.
Okay, hold up. Now,
What the fuck?
now Google 2026.
Bugattis, trophies.
Glory in a way, like things are going good. Now Google 2027.
Like there's a storyline already set in motion.
This is how the Simpsons predict everything.
The return of Christ? That's what showed up.
Okay, hold up. Now go to 2028. End of the world. Devil, the devil and Jesus like arm wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, now go to 2029.
Fucking meteor?
A meteor hits Earth. Go to 2030. This is where it all wraps up.
Aliens? Future civilizations?
A utopia. Aliens come and like, it's just utopia.
Is that supposed to represent aliens or us going to heaven and what the rest?
Couldn't tell you.
Alright, my dearest family, there you have it. You know, it can be amazing how, even the computer language understands that the world is going to end soon. Not just the world, but the rapture is close, because all these things that these men of God are talking about today, they are going to happen. But the only truth here is that they can't happen while we as Christians are still here. This water issue we are discussing today is going to happen, but it's not going to happen while we are still here. So let's listen to the prophecy of the man of God, Prophet Uebert. I posted it yesterday, but let's watch a clip of it before we move to the man of God, Pastor Chris.
Scale, silver scale, and on the right hand he would pick up objects and then put it in the scales. But I only got to see the objects when they were now in the scales. And to his left he had gold, to his right he had water. And the Lord said, look closely to what you see. And I looked, and he said, what do you see? And at first it was very difficult, because I just mentioned I'm seeing water dripping from this side, and I'm seeing gold on this side. Water is spilling, but the gold is just intact there. He said, but what do you see? I looked again and I realized that the water was tipping the gold. So it weighed more than the gold. And from there he said, I want to show you something from what you have seen. I began to see as if there were reels being changed. From what I saw, this page is removed and another page is removed. Like I would do when I'm writing on my page, you see as it scrolls like this. You can tell, right? So it's like another page would be removed in the spirit, and another one would come in. And I said, what is this? And I began to see water being sold for gold. It was as though it was auctions for water. And God said, I'm about to give you 4 wars that are not military, but they will be started by this. So it is not about military engagements that I'm here for. It will be a war for water. But this is just one. I'm going to give you 4. All right? So 1 today, then you have 3. So I started with the least one, but which is the most important. I don't know if you understand.
Yes, sir.
And he literally said, this will be a new gold rush. Water will be a new gold rush. I know they're not getting what I'm trying to say.
Wow. They're missing.
So he said, as much as my people are busy looking for objects that look like they are precious, but have no real value when it comes to life, there is one thing that nations will fight for, and it'll be water. Then he says, I want to show you that there were people that have already understood it, and some have gone, and some new ones are already starting, and some have already grabbed hold of that same resource. So as many will begin to move for water rights. And they'll be more popular, more powerful than what you think Bitcoin is right now.
You know, my dearest family, these things sound like it's something that is impossible to happen because water is very free. A lot of people can drink it, you even waste it. But you see, who could have thought that, you know, the old world could be locked down, everybody will stay at the house? Who could have thought that that will ever happen in the history of man? Who could have thought? But it happened. So a lot of things is coming. I would like also listen to the man of Pastor Chris, guys, before, you know, I have one more thing to show us.
So these who have connived with a cruel, avaricious, plutocratic oligarchy in the world, supported by mendacious media, creating in the world this unhealthy instability. They tell us they're trying to save the planet, and it's all about fossil fuel. What do they mean? Here again, another subterfuge. Of course, they say fossil fuel, and everyone rushes to think fossil fuel, fossil fuel. So you think fossil, and you're thinking dead plants, dead animals, long ago. You're thinking, but that's not their thinking. Subterfuge. That's not their thinking. Fossil means obtained by digging. Obtained by digging. And so they have a scientific definition for the guy for the classroom, for the chemistry guy in the classroom who's always been fooled. So they go, fuel. And you're thinking about hydrogen and carbon. They're not thinking hydrogen and carbon. They're thinking anything that helps you to be you. That's how come water is included in it. You know, I was having a discussion some time ago with certain people, and I said, look, come in for your water. So you better thank God that you have rain that they can't stop. So for water, I say yes. It's part of their thinking when they talk fossil fuel. Just about a couple of weeks ago, something interesting. Let me read to you what happened. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres, in his message on World Water Day, didn't know water needed to have a day. So they had the World Water Day, and where did the conference hold of all places? I knew they were coming there, and that's why I had that discussion. I knew they were coming there. World Water Day. Where do you think they would go? Because they don't like those places where people are free. They hate freedom. So I said, here's what I'm going to do. Number one, they're going to talk about polluting the soil. I thought we were polluting the atmosphere. Now they say we're polluting the soil. Oh, what does that mean? And we are also draining the water. You should understand what that means. If you're in sub-Saharan Africa, including nations like Nigeria, you better understand what I'm talking about now. Because in those places, many people go to get water in streams, in rivers, all right? I don't even want to talk about the failures of governments that led to all of that, but that's a different side. But these people are strong, and they try to, make the best of their terrible situations. Then many have boreholes, right, where they get water out of the ground. So I said, they're going to try to outlaw those things. But watch. So where did they go to do the World Water Day? Abuja. Abuja of Nigeria. Watch and listen. Here's a plan to control water supply. So when they talk fossil fuel, don't think of petroleum. It's not only that. It's not only that. It includes your water. Watch. So he described water as what is vital to every aspect of human survival, well-being, economic development, and prosperity of every nation. And everybody will clap for that because that is true. Guterres, however, lamented that water was being poisoned by pollution and drained by vampiric overuse, with water demand expected to exceed supply by 40% by decade's end. Really? Really? I went on to explain that this year's World Water Day reminds us of our individual and collective roles to protect and sustainably use and manage humanity's lifeblood. Aha. Lifeblood. Fuel. He has called it fuel. It's just, he's told you in few words that is fuel. Of course, in chemistry, if you're trying to find is water fuel, you would generally say no. All right? But not in the minds of the globalists who want to control it. Why do they want to control it? Because they don't want you to have it. They want to sell it to you. God gave to you free. They want to tell you you didn't get it. Watch this. So he says that this conference, which kicks off today, this is his speech. What I'm giving you is coming out of his speech. Is a critical moment for national governments, local and regional authorities, businesses, scientists, youth, civil society, organizations, and communities to join forces and co-design. They're trying to tell you, you're going to be a part of the plan. No, you've never been, and you never will. They already have the plan. So, to co-design and invest in solutions to achieve clean water and sanitation for all. Meanwhile, governments, businesses, and investors must take much bolder actions to limit temperature rise to 1.5 degrees, with the G20 leading the way. We must break, listen to this, we must break our addiction to fossil fuels. I thought we were talking about water. I told you. If you ask a professor of chemistry, you say water is not included because he doesn't know how to listen between the lines. We must break our addiction to fossil fuels and embrace renewable energy while supporting developing countries every step of the way. Really? 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 You can understand why they hate free speech. They hate it. They hate it because, in fact, to them, free speech is our Magna Carta, okay, which to them has expired and is revocable. Just ridiculous. So we're witnessing from different sides a diabolical convergence of business, government, religion under the dragon of Revelation chapter 13.
Alright, my dearest family, there you have it with the man of God, Pastor Chris. And you know, the man that Pastor Chris did mention, who brought this, World Water Day to Abuja, Antonio Guterres of the United Nations. Pastor Chris called for his resignation, which I posted the video. Do well to check, but watch this, guys.
So that's why I call for the resignation of Guterres. Antonio Guterres is again. He should resign. Because he moved the United Nations in a completely different direction, openly and defiantly and blatantly. And without without seeking the endorsement of the various nations, they signed an agreement with the World Economic Forum, an agreement that should have never been signed. And then think of what the World Health Organization has been trying to do with their treaties to practically sack the nation states. It's a coup. And they're hoping to ratify that treaty, which has eluded them severally. They hope to ratify it in May 2025. So just remember, if you're a Christian, if you're a child of God, you cannot be a friend of organizations that deny Jesus Christ and deny God. You cannot. He just told you in his word. I'll read it again to you. He says, whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God. Period.
Alright, my dearest family, there you have it. So it is important that these things that is happening or that's going to be happening, you plan and prepare for it. Alright, if you are a Christian, just know that these things, it won't happen while we are here. It cannot happen while we are here. And that's why we are praying as Christians and maintaining our rights, because this is the day of the church. This is the age of the church, and we are maintaining our right and the authority that our Lord Jesus Christ has given to us. So it is when we are gone from here that they can exercise those authority that they want to. But while we are still here, it cannot happen. And that's why we must keep praying. And you must prepare your life at this point. Everything in the world now is focusing and aligning to the coming of the Lord and the rapture of the church. So prepare yourself, guys. I keep bringing this warning. And for those who watch my video in the future, I just pray that you could watch this video early, all right, and order your life. Thank you so much, guys. See you in my next video. Bye.